Welcome to this video where I'm going to show you the basics of playing Ascendant Dawn. This is mainly designed for people who've downloaded the game off itch.io, but if you haven't, then go and visit the link in the description. It's a great game, I'm not at all biased, and it's free. So, the first thing you should know about the demo, it's just a demo, just the alpha demo, so you can only play the tutorial, and that's just a cut down version of the main world. When you enter the tutorial, you'll be given some advice telling you to do some stuff. This contains the really basic instructions. I'm just going to let the tutorial do its thing, but really you can just ignore it by going down the valley. So I've done what it wants, and now I'm just going to quickly go down the valley. Another thing you're noticing now is, it's snowing. Why is it snowing? Because there's a weather system. The thing you should know about snow, being in it is bad, don't be in it. It affects like attrition and foraging. That brings me on to my second point. Food, most important resource in the game. Right now we are not producing enough to meet our consumption. That means we only have so much left. And you can see like we have livestock, and we have people who consume our food, but they also forage. And yeah, to get more food, there's a variety of ways, including hunting deer, which we just did. We can also go and raid places, like this town here. However, we won't be raiding this town because it is in a famine. We can tell that via the bread icons above it, so we'll raid this other town. Raiding's a core part of the game, really important, because it's how you get stuff, how you force people to give you stuff. And we're just going to refuse to be nice to them. That's because there's a diplomacy system and stuff. Also, you'll see here we have some notifications. We're being told we're not researching anything. Can't solve that right now, we don't have authority, but we do not have an heir, and to solve not having an heir, you will just generate a new person and marry her. That costs authority though, and you also need authority to research. Authority is the other big resource. So there's authority, food, prestige, not very important really, and gold, not very important really initially. And then you also have like your other resources here. So now we can go to Adera. We could trade with them, we could buy some food off them. We can also steal food. Stealing food is really important. It just basically gives us free food. But there's a chance they find out and don't like it. So we can just explore the rest of the map, have a look around. We can camp up, and when you're camped, you can do various things. And your livestock also love it when they're camped. They increase the number as well. So, and you can breed them, and you can domesticate them via culling them for certain traits. We can just go and look around, and there's a whole big simulation happening right now. We can do the research now. So let's just research berry finders. That'll take a bit of time. We got a pretty good research rate, so it shouldn't take too long. That's actually quite a long research. But we can hunt some deer in the meantime. Hunting deer would, for instance, give you more authority. And as I said, there's this big simulation. So we have factions around here who are doing stuff, and we have people over here. And these are two different factions. I'm really just going to kind of wait maybe until they decide to declare war. We can look at that in our faction browser, and they are at war with each other. They're just not really doing anything yet. And while they're not really doing anything, I know succession stuff is happening or whatnot, or seceding rather, we can go over and raid Adera. So that's another part of the game, so warfare. Really, there's no point in declaring war and fighting big factions. They'll just pretty much not take any damage because you're too weak. You also have an army, so you might sometimes be able to get more troops. But now we can just go to Adera, and instead of trading, we can just raid them. That's champion fight, not important. Instead, we can see our army, their army. We got a bigger and better army, so we'll just, go through that. And it looks like we took some slaves, got some food, got a prisoner. So sort of that just adds on to your resources and you can use it for whatever you want. And now that settlement's raided, so we can't go and raid it again, and they don't like us, and they're burning. So that's really a simple overview of Ascendant Dawn.